Okay, so we've talked about before the interview and how to prepare, how to make a good first impression. We talked about how to answer questions during the interview and the different types of questions. And now let's talk about what to do after the interview. After the interview, this is when you want to evaluate what went well, where you need to improve, and you want to make sure you follow up with the interviewer. So after the interview, always, always, always send a thank you note. Sending a thank you note will cause you to stand out above all the other candidates because some people just don't send thank you notes. Make sure you send a thank you note a day after the interview to the hiring manager. And that's why you are going to take notes during the interview. Remember, I advised you to always write down the hiring manager's name, maybe get a card before you leave the interview. Ask the interviewer for one of their business cards because the business card usually has their email address on it. But after the interview, send a thank you note to the hiring manager. If you interview with a panel, try to send a thank you email to every person on the panel. If you can't send it to everyone, that's okay. Send it to the ones that you did get their contact information for. If you did not get contact information for the hiring manager or anyone on the panel interview, send the thank you note or the thank you email to the recruiter or the HR contact person and ask them to forward to the team or to the hiring manager. Sending a thank you note makes a good impression on the interviewer and everyone involved in the hiring process. Now, in the thank you letter, you're not just saying thank you, you're not just being nice, thank you, goodbye. You are reinforcing important things that came up in the interview. You are clearing up any concerns or misconceptions. That thank you letter is to reinforce and answer the question yet again why they should hire you. And so here's an example of a good thank you letter. Dear Mrs. Doe, thank you for taking the time to discuss your registered nurse position with me. It was a pleasure meeting you, Dr. Smith, and Miss Bledsoe. I really appreciate the opportunity to be considered for the position of a full-time staff nurse in your NICU. Your mission to provide state-of-the-art care to your patients sounds very exciting to me. I would love the opportunity to contribute the following to your team. So, do you see how in this example we're mentioning everyone that the person met in the interview? And they mentioned the mission again, which is something that I'm sure they mentioned in the interview that attracted them to the position. And now in the bullets listed, they are reinforcing their qualifications for the role. She said, I would love the opportunity to contribute the following to your team: multi-state license as a registered nurse, effective communication skills with patients' families, and care team, compassionate, dependable, and hardworking. That's a little personal note there. And then one experience in a hospital setting, 1 year experience in a hospital setting. Please feel free to contact me if you have any further questions regarding my qualifications. Again, thank you very much for your time and consideration. Sincerely. Always send a thank you letter to reinforce your qualifications, mention what attracted you to the position, mention everybody you interviewed with, and then send it to the hiring manager if you were able to get their contact information. If not, send it to the recruiter or the HR contact and ask them to forward. Sending a thank you letter makes a good impression and causes you to stand out among above all the other candidates. And it lets the hiring manager know, hey, you are the person for the job.